It's time to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning in the top left position as our red Zerg player, coming in from Evil Geniuses. Can he make the recovery? It is Jaedong. Such a tense moment here for him as he's on the brink of dropping this tournament. But this guy, he's got to be proud of himself to make it this far. Spawning as our blue Protoss player in the bottom right position as the player coming in from Team My Insanity. It is Stardust. I don't think too many people knew about him before this tournament, but they sure as hell know about him now, Paulo.
They sure as hell do. He's playing such a good tournament. He's going toe-to-toe with Jaedong, an experienced veteran in the scene, in the tournament scene. This map, though, we've talked about a couple of styles on a couple of the other maps. This one for Stardust favors taking a very fast third base. It's a defensive map, simply because there's a couple of ramps that he should defend up. Having the high ground advantage will always give you the better defensive setup against an aggressive player.
And there's something that I want to point out. The last time we saw Stardust play Protoss versus Zerg on this map was versus Hyun. We saw him go for the 2 fake assimilators before going into a gateway all-in, actually busting, putting up that fake that he was going to be going for the third base or playing that economic style. And he was able to do quite a bit of damage with that push. So we could see even more mind games here versus Jaedong as this probe gets in here and gets a little bit of early scouting information.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of harassment there, just slowing down the mining of Jaedong just a little bit, as we are going to be having a Nexus first from Stardust, and he's going to try and slow down Jaedong's natural by a little bit here. The longer he delays it, the better it is for him. Not too long of a delay, though.
Yeah, not really much of a delay at all. When it comes to, some people don't really see the real impact of blocking a hatchery. If you delay that for even 15 seconds, that's a probe. That's one less larva that the Zerg player is going to be able to get on that hatchery. It's all about accruing these very small advantages that snowball into these later game effects. The Forge is on the way, though, for Stardust. He's beginning to finish up his wall here. Apollo, as far as Stardust strategy has been going, very aggressive.
Yep.
Are we going to see him go for that same style on a map where taking that third is so much easier?
Well, we bring up a good discussion point here, because the map kind of emphasizes one style, and Jaedong may look into it and be like, yeah, you probably play how the map likes to come on. We see Protoss players like to take the third base, but he could play that image to his advantage. Maybe display something like an economic opening, yet do the complete opposite. Mind games can come into this if Stardust plays this out right, but we'll have to figure out if he tries something along those lines.
It's going to be very interesting to see. He's actually going to throw in a pylon to delay the building of this third base. It's a little bit of a tactic we actually haven't seen Stardust go for in really any of the matches so far, that pylon block to slow him down. When you go for the aggressive styles, it's all about catching your opponent going for too much economy. And delaying the third base is an indication that he may not want Jaedong to be playing so greedily, so we could see an economic play just based off of that from Stardust.
Ooh. A Roach Warren has come down here by Jaedong. He is not researching Zergling speed. We are going to see Jaedong flip the switch. Explain to me what flip the switch means, Nathanius.
Well, let's just say you give him the old switcheroo. We did see in that first game, he did go for the fake hatchery, the fake third base. And if Stardust is aware of this third base, then, he might start to think to himself, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. And there's the cancel on the hatchery. It's going to give enough minerals for Jaedong to pump out a lot of roaches. He's going to try to come back in this series with a very aggressive build on Akalon Wastes. With the ramp solo, this is not a bad map to try to pull this strategy on, Apollo.
People in the crowd have their hands on their head. This is absolutely insane. Jaedong is going for it. This will either work or it fails. Do you like that? That was good, right? Yeah. Classic line.
Now the probe is going to move out for Stardust. If he can get over to that third base or at least spot these roaches coming, it'll give him a little bit of extra time to hold this off. What Stardust is going to need is a few photon cannons, but the roach is barely dodging that probe's vision. Stardust doesn't know.
Oh, he does now. Oh, he knows now. He knows. Cannons have to come down. He needs to start to... Oh, there's the probe. Cannons. He needs to defend this. Jaedong's coming for the win.
He's going to add on more gateways. It takes 60 seconds to build that. He's not going to be able to take advantage of this production. And here are the roaches. Only a single stalker will be able to pick that off. He can even waltz past this cannon. No, he's going to kill it. The force field, how much is it going to do? Because he can't actually hold his units off. The probe's being pulled so early on. He's going to start to break down this wall. Jaedong wants to even this matchup, taking out this ball. He's moving in the circle. He's getting on top of these probes. Stardust cannot hold this with just his workers. Those cannons are being started, but they're too late. The Mothership Core not going to be able to hold this up on its own, and Immortal's being chrono boosted out. But what else does he have? Just a single sentry and 24 probes. Apollo, I think Jaedong may do enough, taking out this pylon to secure an even match score in this best of 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we will be going to game number 5. The defense is not there. Jaedong just decided to do this, and it worked, Nathanias. It worked, it did not fail, and now the probes are down. Every power instructor is offline.